Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be sharing a new series with you guys, the Declutter Challenge series. Now, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions to get more organized, get rid of clutter, all that kind of stuff. So I thought doing a video series would help motivate you if that's your goal this year. I'm not going to be posting a declutter video every week, maybe a couple times a month throughout the year, so that way we can stay on top of decluttering. And if you guys would like to participate, then let me know down in the comments of what areas you would like most to declutter, and give me any tips that you have down there. I would love to hear from you guys. So our first declutter challenge is going to be decluttering our children's toys. Now, why are we starting there first? Well, we just had Christmas, and I don't know about you, but my child got a lot of toys for Christmas, and it's a good time to go through and to declutter toys. Now, toys are one thing that can just take over if you're not careful and if you're not consistent in going through and decluttering them. So that's where we're going to be starting today. I was able to go through all of Miles' toys in one day, but if you've got more toys and you don't have a bunch of time to commit to it, you can just do a little bit each day, and if it takes you several days or even a week or even a month to do it, just make sure you go through all the toys and get it all done. So here is my storage, donating, and trash pile. This is going to be donated. He never really plays with those anymore. And this container is just our camping container, so that needs to go back with the camping stuff. I don't know why it was with the toys. And then this over here is stuff that he has outgrown. He used to love playing with this, but he's just kind of outgrown it. And then this is more of like a baby toy. And then this here, since he got his Legos, he doesn't really play with it anymore. So I'm gonna put these away in case we ever have more kids, or if we have friends over with littler kids than Miles, then I can get these back out. And then this here is the trash pile. These bins here I got from the Dollar Tree, and they were from how I had his toys organized previously. So if you're interested in seeing that, I actually did a video a while back, so you can check out the link in the description box. But they are old now, and they're cracked and broken and just kind of a hazard. And this is not good for ice anymore because it has a hole in it, and just, you know, extra dishes that he doesn't need a bunch of, and you know, just miscellaneous toys that just need to be thrown away. So now let's talk about some of the ways that we can keep the toys decluttered throughout the year. I would go through the toys at least once a year at a minimum, if not more. Every 6 months is probably a good idea. Now, I only have one child, and his birthday's in December, so we kind of get everything in December. So decluttering once a year is good enough for us. If you've got multiple kids with birthdays throughout the year, then, you know, this is something you're probably going to want to do a little bit more often to keep on top of. So my second tip is to reduce the amount of toys. Less toys equals less clutter. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about getting rid of toys. If you want to get rid of as many toys as you want, then that's fine. But I've got a couple other ways that you can do that we'll talk about here in just a minute. But you're going to want to get rid of toys that are broken, that are going to be a safety hazard. You're going to want to get rid of toys that your child has outgrown. You don't necessarily need to get rid of them, but you can put them into storage until you need them again. If you're going to be getting rid of toys, donating them or giving them to your friends or family or somebody in need is a great idea instead of just throwing them in the trash. Another way of reducing toys is to do toy rotation. So what you're going to do is get some bins or containers and take away some of the toys that your child isn't really playing with right now, that really they don't have an interest in. I find that taking away toys for a while and then bringing them back out, they kind of like, oh, a new toy, and they start playing with them again. So if you find these toys that your children are not really playing with, take them away, put them in a container for a while, and then bring them back out. And if they still really have no interest in them, then you can go ahead and get rid of those and donate them and give them to somebody else. Because you know, if they're not going to be playing with it, it's just going to be sitting and wasting space. So you're just going to want to get rid of it. That way you don't have so many toys all over the place, because Miles actually gets more overwhelmed when he's got a lot of toys. If he gets out a bunch of toys at one time, then he's just so overwhelmed and doesn't really play with them. He actually does better when he has less toys to choose from to play with, and I don't know why that is, but that's what Miles does. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, toy rotation is really a good thing. So another way to reduce your toys is to give non-toy gifts for birthdays or Christmas. So a magazine subscription is something that would be great, because it's kind of like books. They like to read it and look at it. You can keep magazines pretty organized For the most part, you can also give a pass to like a museum or an aquarium or a zoo or something like that they're actually going to get more out of, and it's not going to cause clutter in your home. Things I like to get Miles are more educational things like puzzles and books. Also, he has a Lego set, well, it's the Duplo blocks, and that is really something that's going to promote creativity. It's something he can use for many years, and so I don't like all the little toys with a bunch of little random pieces and, you know, miscellaneous sets. I like stuff that goes together, stuff that we can buy more Lego sets of and stuff like that, just because it goes well together and he's going to use it for a really long time. Now, my last tip for keeping the toys decluttered is to teach your child to clean up and pick up after themselves. Now, I know this is easier said than done, and as your children get older, it'll be easier and easier. But at a young age, you need to get in there and help them clean up. If you just tell them, hey, clean up your toys, they might not necessarily do it. They might lose interest in it. And so getting down on the floor with them and helping them pick up, make it into a game. We like to sing our cleanup song. We like to try to toss the toys into the bucket and just kind of making it a fun game for him. One thing that we try to follow is one toy out at a time. Now, I only have one child, so I don't know how this would work if you've got multiple children, but when Miles gets out a toy to play with and he wants to play with something else, I tell him that we need to clean up what we have before we get out more toys. Now, they're not going to do this perfectly every time, and that's okay. But it's just something that's going to really help declutter. We try to pick up our toys every evening. I help him clean up. That way the house is all cleaned and reset for the next day. The last thing we're going to be talking about is toy storage and organization. Now, the more organized you are with your toys, the better off it's going to be for you, and you're going to keep your sanity, and there's going to be less clutter and less toys all over. Now I'm going to show you how I've got Miles' toys organized. There's multiple ways that you can organize toys. Be creative, look on Pinterest. There's so many different ways that you can do that. So this is how I have his toys set up in the living room. He doesn't have very many toys down here, but I just have this plastic container here. It's just from Walmart. And in the top drawer, I have like all his dishes and stuff, and in the bottom drawer is all his play food. I like to keep this down here because when I'm cooking, he likes to cook too. And then this middle drawer is all of his cars and trucks and stuff. He loves cars, trucks, everything like that, so we keep this all here. And then he also has some of the bigger cars and trucks, and I just keep a few of them down here. So this is what I have for Miles' room. I got this cube thing here from IKEA. I think it was like $65. And then these bins also are from IKEA, and they were $5 a piece. They're very sturdy and very large, and I love that they can hold so much, and each bin has something specific in it. And when Miles cleans up and puts stuff away, he's 3 now, so he knows what bins, what toys go in what bins. So if you have a younger child who might not understand that concept, that's okay, they'll get it eventually. But as long as, you know, toys are put away and not all cluttered, I think that's the main idea here. Over to this side, I have his VTech toys. He still loves playing with those. And then here we've got stuffed animals, and then in this bin here we've just got more stuffed animals and his play dinosaurs and all that sort of thing. In this one here we have the track pieces for the VTech, so if he ever wants to play with that, he can get those out, as well as this bin. This down here is just kind of a miscellaneous basket of stuff that I want to throw out, but we're keeping for now. Here are his books. I also have some really nice books for him that I keep somewhere else that I don't want him to rip, but these ones he can have free access to. This bin here is more trucks and stuff. He's got his VTech cars in there and his school bus and other bigger ones that I didn't keep downstairs, so he's got some car options up here as well. And then this bin here is for all of his Lego pieces, as well as this tray here. My brother-in-law made it for Miles for Christmas, and it's amazing. He can carry it. It's got handles. He can carry it around and build stuff on there and keep all of his Legos in there. And then down here is just some another box of Legos and some blocks. Over in this corner here we have his tool bench. Somebody gave this to him as a hand-me-down, and it was missing like all the tools, but he did get some more tools for Christmas and stuff, and he absolutely loves playing with this, and he can take it around the house if he needs to, and he knows all of his tools are contained right there. So that's it for our first challenge. I hope you guys will participate. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please leave me a comment down in the comment box what areas you would like to see decluttered, and if you have any tips, please leave those down below. I would love to know your tips, and I'm sure everybody else watching would love to read those as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.